Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta.
And thank you once again for joining us. And as we always like to do, we like to set the space for our conversation. Today, as always, love, kindness, compassion, gratitude. If you keep those foremost in your thoughts while you're hanging out with us in our video, we promise you will have a great day.
Yes, we will. Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. And quickly want to remind you, if you haven't already, or after watching our videos, if you like the videos, please hit the thumb icon and consider subscribing. We would love for you to subscribe. And to get notifications when our videos are ready to be seen, you can hit that bell notification. And we're going to get going right away, and we're going to talk about the tea that we're drinking today.
So today we're drinking English Tea Shop Organic Premium Holiday. No, we're not trying to get ahead for holiday 2024. We just happen to buy these teas in holiday season 2023. And there's 4 different flavors, and I decided to try gingerbread. So my tea is organic black tea, organic cinnamon, organic ginger, organic apple, organic cardamom, natural ginger flavor, natural cinnamon flavor, natural caramel flavor, and natural lemon flavor. Doesn't that just sound good? And Rosetta is having...
I'm drinking the Festive Spice.
Okay, so her tea includes organic black tea, organic cinnamon, organic orange peel, organic ginger, organic cardamom, organic cloves, organic nutmeg, organic pepper, natural vanilla flavor, natural apple flavor. That's it.
Yep, I like that because when I pulled it out and smelt it before I put it into to sip it, it did smell of, I could smell the cinnamon and the orange peel. So
yes,
it did smell very festive.
Yes.
So we've had ours seeping for a little bit, and you wanted to read something inside the box, didn't you? Real quick.
Yes, real quick. One of the things is I love when the manufacturer takes the time to give us little notes. So inside the top of the box, it says, "From farm to cup, we take joy in coming to the planet and enriching the lives of our community of every stage of tea journey." Isn't that beautiful? So from farm to the actual creation of the teas, the packaging of the teas, and it's all about, like we said, setting that positive tone.
Yes, and I'm so excited to try mine. I can smell the flavors.
All right, wake mine up a little bit. Smells good. All right, my dear.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone. My one is good.
Yeah.
It has the spicy flavors and all mixed together. It's just, as it says, Festive Spice. So I'm enjoying it. I like it.
And mine, even though it says it's gingerbread, I'm getting more of the cinnamon. You know, the cinnamon flavor. So it's still good.
They could have put some ginger pieces in there.
Yeah, then it would have given it a little bit more, but it's very good, very tasty.
Yep. Love it.
All right, let's get started. So as always, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire universe. Our world, and I do mean our world, both planetary and the whole universe, everything could use a little more love. Just think about how life would be if instead of going with hate and disdain, our conversations evolved back to love, caring, respect. So that's why Rosetta and I hold the space and we pray for the accomplishment of a much better world so that our children can grow up in a much kinder, peaceful world. So, as you know, our focus this season, the whole year of 2024, is looking into and addressing certain areas related to our kids. So today, I wanted to do a follow-up from a conversation we had last week. We were talking about how some states are looking to lessen cell phones in school. Well, our governor, Governor Gavin Newsom, what he did is he signed a bill. It's Bill 3216, which is called Dub the Phone Free School Act. So that's like a little nickname. They just say Assembly Bill 3216 instead of all of that other. It is effective July 1st, 2026. And Governor Newsom said that, and these are his words, "We know excessive smartphone use increases anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues, but we have the power to intervene." So, I like that. And while I think our children might not like it initially, I believe in the long run, because if nobody has a phone, they'll all cycle down. They'll get to the point that they will focus on what's in the present moment, what's right there in front of them,
Yes.
instead of worrying about what Kathy and Sue and Linda and Pete and all those have to say about what they're
Like
doing.
when we went to school,
Yes,
we didn't have cell phones, so we concentrated on the lesson at hand.
absolutely. We paid attention to our teacher. We paid attention to each other. And that is what I'm hoping. Rosetta and I wish that Governor Newsom wouldn't wait.
Another school year. Why don't they start, because we're already in the middle of this school year, start
Yeah.
next year
Yeah.
in August. I don't know what the holdup is.
15
Well, we have to
months. Why
start
so
in
long?
2026. Just do it. I mean, we have to do it some day or another, so just do it quicker than, I mean, I can understand not this school year, but
Right.
next school
But
year.
yeah.
That would be perfect.
And you want to give people enough time so that they can get accustomed to it. FYI, there are all kinds of flip phones coming back on the market, not just the Barbie flip phone, but their regular standard. And with the phone, you can make a call and you can text. You just cannot get on the net. I think that would take so much anxiety off of our
Yes,
children.
it would. It would.
So that's something to look forward to. So, Dancing with the Stars is back. We've had 2 episodes. Have you watched? What do you think? Were you impressed? Were you excited? They have actually said that their viewer numbers are higher than they've been.
Well, I think because what happened was, for a minute, they switched from putting onto mainstream TV
To
and
streaming.
just did streaming Disney Plus and Hulu.
Right.
And not everyone has it. We want the free TV channels that we can get so that everybody has access to see it.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they decided to switch it to streaming.
The other thing, and I don't know why you people don't think we see this. See, we're on the West Coast. Do you know by the time that we're able to see Dancing with the Stars, the voting is already closed?
That's like everything, like The Voice,
yeah, voting
American
is closed.
Idol.
It's
Yeah.
like, maybe we all should stop watching. Maybe then you will say, well, maybe there are people who live on both sides of the Mason-Dixie line and give us a chance to express ourselves. So the first week, I saw, what's his name, Reginald Vell Johnson. And he was in the movie with Bruce Willis. And he played a father role, but he's lost a lot of weight. And, I was like, oh, he's so sweet, because I know we call it the old man dance, where they're like, they make a move or something. They don't move their feet, but they move their body. But he doesn't really move a whole lot. So
He moves his head.
yeah, but I'm like, Reginald, you might be going home soon.
Yeah, but he's actually doing okay. And the lineup, I didn't know some of the people, the stars that were going to be on this. And I'm quite happy because there's 2 sports people
Yes.
this season. There's Danny Amendola, and then there's also, who's the other one? Dwight Howard, the basketball player.
6'11". Oh my God.
I thought when I first saw him, he was a football player, but he's a
no.
basketball player.
No,
I've
he's
never
too
heard
tall
of
to
him.
be football.
Yeah, and he is with this petite professional,
Danny.
Daniela.
Yeah.
I forget her name, But
Daniela. I just call her Danny because that's what they do when they're off screen.
Yes.
But
So I was very, very impressed.
The whole of the second dance.
Yes.
I mean, because her head is at his waist. For them to get in whole, you have to be straight on.
Daniela is doing a really great job of trying to work with Dwight, and she is, when they get scored, it's not just about the celebrity. It really reflects how well of a partner you're doing, the professional person, and how well they're choreographing the moves for the celebrity.
Yes.
So that when they don't do well, I'm sure that the professional isn't that happy. It's kind of like upset that reflects badly on them.
Yeah.
But the person that I was shocked at was this con artist. Her name is Anna Delvey. I didn't know much about her.
Yeah, I didn't either. I knew only thing that I knew was that she had a leg monitor on, and I was like,
all I heard was she had the leg monitor.
Yeah,
and also I found out that she conned a lot of people out of their money.
A lot of money. Supposedly, she has paid for her crime and paid it all back.
Yes, and I wanted to give her some benefit of the doubt, and I wanted to let's see how she does during the course of this show.
Right.
Unfortunately, she has not impressed me whatsoever. Yes, there's going to be people that are going to be saying bad things. That's just like any other social media platform. You're going to have good and the bad.
Right.
So I was like, yes, she has concern to be upset. But what I've realized is that she has a hard exterior. She does not smile a lot.
Yeah.
And she makes it hard for people to actually like her.
She's
not very likable.
Yeah.
So that's really hard. And she's a bit stiff when she dances, but the first week, obviously, they didn't kick anyone off, which was good.
Yeah, but you got a chance to see their different dancing styles.
And then there was two from the Bachelor Nation, Jen Tran and Joey.
Yes.
Joey was with Jenna, and Jen Tran is with Sasha.
Yes.
So they're both doing pretty well.
Really good.
Really
they both can move. They both can dance. So I like that a lot.
And guess who was in the audience when Jan Tran was dancing last week? Was from her season of Bachelorette. Was no other than Jonathan.
Yes.
So everyone's hoping they'll get together, but she's not ready to jump into a relationship.
Right. And they still have to work through the concerns.
Yeah, there are some other people that I did not know about. Her name is Ilona Moher, rugby player.
Yes.
I didn't know about
Olympian.
her. Well,
she just got back from the
I don't
Olympics.
know where I've been, but I did not know about her.
Yeah.
And I actually think that she's doing very well.
Yes.
For being such a
big,
very
girl.
Strong, tall lady.
Curvy girl.
Yes.
I mean, the routine last night, he flipped her, and then she flipped
him.
I mean,
and she's actually quite elegant at some of the moves she's doing.
Yes.
Which
and
is
they were telling her like her hip movements were really good.
Yes, and then there's Chandler, who I've never heard of.
Okay, let me tell you something. If you go by first impressions, Chandler has the possibility of winning the whole thing. Her holes, her frame, I was just like, wow.
Well, she's been in the top. She's the very top couple for 2 weeks in a row. Last week and this week, so she's been really good.
And Carrie Ann, she doesn't give out atta girls that much.
No, she doesn't.
And she even said that she's got the possibilities. Now, these could all be related to particular dance styles, and as they move on, because next week they skip, and then we're going to do Soul Train. I cannot wait
to see what
Soul Train is going to be like. Yeah,
Soul Train.
But I really liked Chandler, and the fact that she danced to Billie Eilish's song. What is that?
One from Barbie.
Yes.
I love that.
That was really nice. What was I made for? I mean, I love the song, and their interpretation was really, really good.
Yeah, and then there was the other one, Brooks Nader. I'd never heard of her either.
Yeah.
The Sports Illustrated lady. She was pretty good.
Yes.
We have, one other person is the other Olympic guy, the gymnastic guy. His name is Stefan I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Stefan.
Nedorestic, whatever.
Yeah.
But he did
well
really good in
Superman.
the Olympics because he took off his glasses and he could focus more.
Yeah, he did the same thing with the dance.
Yeah, he's done that twice in a row now, 2 weeks, and we'll have to see if that continues.
Yes,
and
but he did a great job.
And then there's just Tori Spelling.
Yes, and Tori, I mean, I know what she looked like at 90210. And I've seen some of the situations that she's been battling with her mom once her dad passed, because she was a daddy's girl and daddy took care of her.
And her issues with her husband, Dean, as well.
Right, and all of that. But she looks very frail. She was beautiful, but she just looks so frail and tiny.
Well, she's just very, very thin. She's too thin, and then her face is very thin. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure she's had a lot of plastic surgery done to her, and it doesn't look natural.
Yeah.
But each to their own.
Yeah.
But she did. I was actually surprised that she got sent home.
Yeah, I actually thought that Reginald was going home.
Reginald should have gone home.
Yeah.
Because he really didn't.
Very flat-footed, no pointing of the feet, no... doing anything. So, and then back in the day, I used to watch Housewives of Atlanta, and Phaedra Parks. I loved her spunky attitude.
Oh, she's amazing.
Phaedra, I can't think of who her mom is, but her mom is like famous musician. And I was like, why are you on this show? You don't need to do this show. However, while she was on the show, she was a lawyer. Then she decided she wanted to buy her own funeral home service, a mortuary company. And I mean, and one of the things that she said on the first week is, I might not be the best dancer. You will not find anyone whose work ethics are better than mine.
And you can see it.
She is putting the work in. I mean, I was like, wow. I mean, because I don't expect her to be, like a Chandler, but she's representing really well.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see going forward how these celebrities are going to be bringing it, because the most interesting couple I want to see is Dwight and Daniela. That's the most interesting because of their height difference.
Yes. And because we know that she's a great choreographer, it's going to really be interesting to see, because when they said 8, the shock look on her face.
And that was from Carrie Ann.
That's right.
Which is not very usual.
Not very usual at all. So next week we're going to skip, and then the following week it's Soul Train, and then
I'm looking forward to that. Every time I think of Soul Train, I think of the line.
Yes.
And then them going down the middle.
We used to do that at home. When we would go to the club back in the day, we would always have a Soul Train line.
Yeah.
Even at the club, and people would just do the weirdest moves. That some of the guys would get on the floor, and we'd all be like, you don't know who's been walking on that floor. That's nasty. Get up.
Well, why don't you tell us who you like, who are your favorites, and put it in the comments. We'd like to know.
Yes, it was a double elimination. So Tori Spelling and Anna were the 2 people that were voted off.
Anna was,
Yeah, and they asked her if she learned anything.
Yeah,
from
what
the
are you taking away from this competition? She said
nothing.
With a very straight face, nothing. Just nothing, like she didn't even care. Nothing. That was it.
So, good luck, Anna. Good luck with that attitude.
Yeah.
All righty. So, last week, The Golden Bachelorette premiered, and it hadn't played by the time we did our last chat. So we've now seen it. This is going to be on Wednesday. So we're always going to be a week behind giving you an update, because we'll see it tonight and then we'll tell you about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they changed it, but I was going to watch. I'm like, it didn't record.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. So it looks like they're going to be, and maybe it's just for right now and eventually it'll settle. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we will definitely look into it.
Yes,
so Joan was given the opportunity to meet 24 very unusual men. I mean, in my head, my brain said grown men, because not only were they kind in their interaction with her, they were kind to each other. I really like that.
That's how Golden Bachelor started off.
Yes.
And we did eventually watch some kind of cattiness happening, but it wasn't as much as the Golden Bachelor. I'm sorry, the regular Bachelor and Bachelorettes.
Yeah, it wasn't like what we call the youngins.
Yes,
but there were some things. So,
did any of the men stand out to you?
Okay, so there was this guy. His name was Jonathan. He really stood out because he put an eye mask on. And he said to her, you know, you were talking about how you really want to be seen. And as he approached her, she's like, keep coming, keep coming. And then she lifted the mask and their eyes met. I thought that was so sweet and so tender. So Jonathan, okay, I gave you my first check. I think Jack is going to probably get sent home soon, but he's the chef.
Oh,
with the pink jacket on.
Yes.
He was hilarious. But you know, like, cause he made the food, and as he's putting the food down, he's sliding it. You know, he's not even like presenting it.
Yeah.
But, you know, he was kind of interesting. When the boys all decided to play pickleball, they
wasn't even pickleball.
No, that was chaos. Because at one point they almost hit her. You know, because everyone was just battling. She was having a quiet moment, and it just got taken over by the whole.
I must say, there's two people that stood out to me. One was Charles, the Asian man.
Yes.
He was really cute. And number two, well, that's your token Asian person right there. Always have the token Asian person.
Gotta have one.
Number two was Keith from San Jose.
Yes.
And I was so happy to see a San Jose person.
And the San Jose person got the first impression rose.
Yes.
And the reason, once again, just like Jonathan, it was the connection. When he came up with the old car, the station wagon with the suitcases on the top, even I thought about, oh my God, we used to travel every summer.
You know what that reminded me of was, have you ever remember Brady Bunch? At the beginning, they used to have the station wagon. It reminded me of that. But it seems like they have a good rapport. And what I really loved about the first one, they'd never done this. They brought a TV in.
Yes.
And they showed videos of their children having a little,
They were sharing a moment to tell Joan about their dad.
And how proud they were of their fathers.
And the fathers had no idea about this, and some of them became very emotional, and instead of, you know, that old man up, the other men there actually, you know, rubbed their shoulders or gave them a hug.
Yeah, they were teary-eyed.
Yes, and even Joan was crying.
Yeah, it
was beautiful.
But what I have seen is, because I like Charles, the Asian token guy, I have to say, I read that a lot of the fans really like him, have taken to him, and they want him, if he doesn't get through to the final, they want him to be the next Golden Bachelor.
That would be nice.
So that would be nice, because Jen Tran was the first Bachelorette, Asian Bachelorette, and now we have this Charles as the first Golden Bachelor.
There we go. So it's, you know, okay, I should wrap up that part before I go, because I was like, I want to know why they showed Gary for the upcoming.
Oh, I think maybe because they were just, they have people come on. I think it wasn't because he was coming back. It's because I think he was coming in to see how she was doing and giving her some moral advice, support and stuff. So I think that's basically what it is.
That's what I hope it is.
No, he's not coming back to be one of the contestants. They sometimes have that, right?
Well, see, one of the things is, he really liked Joan.
Yeah.
And Joan had to leave to go take care of her daughter.
Well,
so I'm sure they put that little glimpse in there.
They want you to think that he's going to come back like other seasons where Bachelor and Bachelorettes have come back. No, he's not. Nope. They're just playing tricks on you. They want to show you what they want to show you so that you'll keep coming back and watching it. That's the suspense of it.
Yes. Now, the other part of it was when it gets to the actual rose ceremony, and you could see that Joan was having a real difficult time. So she's like, there's so many men and there's so few roses, because, you know, she was just feeling a little overwhelmed. So she went and she stepped away, and when she stepped away, I thought, well, she's just going to tell Jesse, I can't do it. I need another week, or I need some more time. But of course, Jesse was like, oh, you can do it. You can do it. So of course she said she could do it, and she went back and she finished up. And I think if you look at her and how she interacts with people, I think that she is going to make them better people while they're together. I like how she looked them in their eyes, even though some of them were very tall. But she, looked them in her eyes, and they connected. That's why I loved, when she was playing, what do you call it, corn toss with Keith? Cornhole. I like the fact that she likes doing regular, everyday things, and to her, the connection is the most important thing. So
we'll see what happens.
They let 3 guys go?
They let, I think it was 3 guys go, but those were the 3 guys that didn't really have a connection, and I didn't even remember one of them.
Yeah.
So I guess that was what it was.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to see how this progresses, and I've got my little eye on Keith from San Jose and Charles.
And I like Jonathan and Keith.
Like Jonathan and Keith. That's good. All right, then
because there's a preview scene where I don't know, I can't remember. They told a little bit about Jonathan's story, but she crowns him. She puts a king crown on his head.
Oh, okay, yes.
And so there are things that are coming up, and I'm looking forward to seeing it, and we'll keep you informed. So now, we're always talking about the FTC this and the FTC that. Have you ever realized that there is a chair, there's a person in charge of the FTC?
The commission chair of the FTC.
Yes. And, I always think it's just, some people sitting in a room just, fictitiously doing things.
Older man or woman.
Yeah. No, we have a young woman, the ripe age of 37. Her name is Lina Khan, and she's known as the Trust Buster. And what that means is, say she hears something out in the market. Give you an example. So right now, Kroger, which is a large supermarket chain, is looking to do a merger with Ralph. With Albertsons. So Kroger's owns Ralph, and Albertson owns Safeway. Now, if those all merge, they could put any kind of pricing that they want on food. That might not be the best for the American people. Might be good for their stockholders, but not for us, because a pound of onions, yellow onions, could be $3.99 today, and after the merger, it would be $4.99 or $5.99. So what Lina does is she hears about this, and then her and her team, they go and investigate. So she just put her little foot down and say, no, this merger is not going forward. Yeah,
she's actually pushing for an investigation to determine whether consumers are getting ripped off at the supermarkets.
Yes.
So that's what she's doing, and this is from what she said. She said, we want to make sure that major businesses are not exploiting their power to inflate prices for American families at the grocery store.
Yes.
And this is a fact. Grocery prices surged more than 25% from 2019 to 2023, faster than inflation for goods and services.
Yes.
And it says, although food inflation has slowed recently, many families have realized that what goes up doesn't always come down.
And this is the first time in my life that we've had price inflations at the levels that they've been, and when the situation is over, it has not cycled down. I mean, I was at Costco, and remember the toilet paper towel, oh my God, there isn't any?
Yes.
Okay, it was between $9.95 and $12.95 for the big pack of paper towels from Costco, the Kirkland brand. You can't get paper towels for under $19 now. Why? The chaos is over. The situation that happened is over because the manufacturers started making more so that no one had to run without. Yet they kept the pricing high.
Yes, and what I like about this study is that the FTC are going to authorize a study. Major grocery chains would be ordered to provide information on their cost and prices on common products. So they're going to actually really be detailed about this and say what is their cost of buying it and how much are they selling it for.
Exactly.
So I think that we've been wanting this. Like Gloria and I have been talking about this shrinkflation, inflation thing,
Yes.
and how things are so expensive. Like for the basic eggs, milk, butter, the produce. It's just so expensive. Yeah. And I don't even know how normal everyday people are affording this. Because I know that salaries have not gone way up either.
No. Well, unfortunately, what a lot of families are doing is they are eating less, and not just less, but non-organic foods. The produce. I tell you, find a local farmer's market wherever you live and buy your produce. I mean, I bought a head of lettuce. I mean, $1.
Local product, because those farmers markets now on Saturdays and Sundays are not cheap.
No, not
they
like
used to
they
be.
used to be cheap.
They used to.
But what you can do is another trick. They don't want to have to carry this stuff home.
Yeah.
So say it closes at 1:00. Go there at 12.
Ting, 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 ting.
Go
ding,
there
ding, ding.
like 12.
Exactly.
15,
go at
12:30.
12:50, 12:50, 12:55, or even 12:45. 15 minutes before, and all the prices are slashed.
Everything slashes because they don't want to pack it up.
Yeah.
Now, some of these places, like if you go on a Saturday, well, they got tomorrow, so they can pack it up and try it again. However, if you are there on a Sunday, especially if they look a little wilty, you're just like, well, I'll give you $1.
Yeah.
And you can, make up a little bit there. And you can always buy like some of the vegetables, clean them, freeze them until you zucchinis, clean them up, slice them up, bag them up, freeze them, and that way you will have your own fresh produce.
Good idea.
Yes,
good idea.
So one of the things I wanted you all to be aware about, Lina, prior to joining the FTC, she served as counsel to the United States House Judiciary Committee's Subcommittee on Antitrust, Commercial and Administrative Law. She was also an associate professor at Columbus Law School, and she is a graduate of Williams College and Yale Law School. I want you to understand, she's not a little dummy. This girl is smart. One of the other things that she's doing, you know how when you are registering for something, or like say you get a file and you go to open it and it says accept the cookies, and you go in and you say, do not sell my information, and you set that up. Now, if that company sells that business to another company, that commitment is now null and void. And what people are doing is they're doing that, and now they have access to proprietary information. She's going to be going after that too.
Yeah, lovely. I love that.
She is going to bring some semblance of ethics back.
Well, Biden is also doing something.
Absolutely.
Well,
he's the one that put her in office.
So President Biden, he's launching a new strike force jointly by the FTC and DOJ, Department of Justice, to tackle unfair and illegal corporate pricing, which he blames for consumers' continued high cost of living. And the FTC and DOJ have been among the central enforcers of Biden's regulatory agenda over the past 3 years.
Yes.
So he's doing something now. So don't think that, he's not trying to tackle this.
No, he's working on it. And that's why she's in that position. Because a lot of people are like, oh, she's a woman. She doesn't know what she's doing. What makes her think that she could know how to attack this? Well, I just gave you her qualifications. So
we're excited to see how this goes and where it goes, and if we're actually going to see the pricing drop because we want it to drop.
Yes.
Because a lot of people,
It's just ridiculous.
It's just too much, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be that much.
Yeah.
And these big companies are gouging us, and
Yeah.
they don't care. They're making the billions of dollars,
Yeah.
and people are having to pay for it because where else are we going to get?
Yeah.
People just pay for it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
I will hunt around.
I will shop around for cheaper
Yes.
eggs.
Yes.
But still within my preference of eggs I want.
Yeah.
Cheaper bread, cheaper milk, but it doesn't mean quality has to be sacrificed.
No, it doesn't at all. And the most important thing is, you have those mobile devices. They are great for price comparison.
Oh, exactly.
And some stores, if you can show them it's the same brand, I can buy it from you for this price, or I can go over there. And some places will say I'll match.
Back in the days, Target used to match Walmart.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they do that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I know Walmart prices are cheaper than Target.
Yes.
So we're going to stay on top of this because, especially a part of the election right now, people are saying they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris because she is a part of Joe Biden's regiment, and Joe Biden is the reason that prices are high, and it's not.
It's not.
He's doing everything he can to drive those prices back down, and the other side, unfortunately, is driving the prices up. So like we always tell you, you don't have to listen to us, do your own research. So remember last week we talked a little bit about, the medical aspects of Ozempic and Wachovia and Mounjaro, and how those shots were initially for supporting people with type 2 diabetes to help regulate their blood sugars. And then because they started losing weight on it, a whole new industry came up, and they were like, oh, we can sell this to people who just want to lose weight, and we can make a killing.
And they have.
Oh my God. So I was watching where I got the first article on CBS Morning News, and the commentator had a graph, and the graph was the cost of Wachovia in the United States. So a 1 month supply in the United States is $1,349 without insurance. That same one in the UK is $92. So they did another graph, and they said, let's check some more countries. So they said, say you get a little bit of a discount. The United States discount would take it to $969. That same dose in Canada is $155. That same dose in France is $71. And that same dose in Germany is $59. So my $64 million question is, why is this happening in the United States?
Because everything in the United States is way more expensive. Because when I came from UK, I was shocked at medical benefits. I was shocked at how much they were charging for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could say in England we have the National Health Service.
Right.
I mean, everyone thinks it's so great and everything. I mean, yes, it's great because we don't have to pay for a lot of things. But there are times in the UK, because it's free, it takes a long time to be seen by the doctors. You're waiting in the waiting room. I used to go to optometry appointments and wait for a couple of hours.
Wow.
But in
Even
America,
with an appointment.
yes.
Wow.
So America, it's real. I'm telling you, when we're looking from outside of like coming from Germany or Europe or Canada, we just feel that America is more for the rich people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things they're gouging for.
Yes. Like those shots.
Yes. Medical, dental, anything related with that, and now those shots.
Yeah.
And what does it all boil down to is greed.
Yes.
Greed, greed, greed.
Yes. And Senator Bernie, okay? So Bernie Sanders is running right now a panel, and they are going to hold Novo Nordisk to the floor because he said the only thing that he can think of is this is related to greed. Novo Nordisk comes out and they said, no, not really. if you have insurance, your copay should be around $25. Now I know people who
You're not paying no $25 for Nova Nordisk.
yes,
That does.
yeah.
What are you?
So the senator's like, okay, what are you trying to say? So what they're saying is that the reason that it's so expensive here is it's all the different parties that it has to go through. See, in the UK, it's the manufacturer, Novo, and the, I guess you would say whatever their whole entity of the medical system is.
The NHS.
Yes. So it's just 1-to-1. Here, they got to deal with, is it Medicare? They have to deal with third-party insurance. Then they have to deal with the brokers, and then the brokers have the sub-brokers.
See, again,
Yeah.
America is too complicated. In England,
Yes.
we just have the National Health Service. Here you have Medicare, Medi-Cal, whatever
insurance
you have,
Yes.
Obamacare, whatever
Yes.
it used to be called, this insurance, Aetna, PPO, HMO, all
Yes,
these Kaiser,
yes.
it's
United
crazy.
Health, and it goes on and on. And what they were trying to say is that that's why the prices are high. I guarantee you, Senator Bernie Sanders will not be bluffed. So we should hear something, and whatever we hear, we will share back with you, because the prices are.
Yeah,
and
I'd
it's
like
not
to-
just
yeah.
for this. We're talking about this specific. It's everything. That's why people get on buses. Did you know that? People get on buses from California to go across the border to Mexico to buy the very same drugs that cost them hundreds and thousands of dollars here for tens of dollars there.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah. So we'll keep you informed. So Monday night was the first showing of The Voice. This is with the senior members, which is kind of cute because they are the senior members, is Reba McEntire and Gwen Stefani. I don't know. She didn't change her name to Stefani's.
No,
Shelton, so she's just
it's
Gwen.
Gwen. Well, we just call it Gwen Stefani. I just
Yeah.
think it's Gwen Stefani.
Yes. So they are the members that have been on The Voice the longest.
Well,
and
not
the two,
Reba.
No, but they're longer than the two newbies,
Okay,
which is
yeah, well,
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg and
and
Michael Bublé.
Woo-hoo! And let me tell you something. Snoop, because you look at him and you're like, you're a rapper. What the hell do you
What
know
do you
about
know about
music?
mentoring and
And
writing and
music
producing?
and sounds
Yeah,
and
right,
octaves
right.
and oh my goodness, I have to admit I'm pretty shocked. Snoop is doing a good job. Snoop says that he can tell by the first note if that person is chairworthy.
Well, that's why the first two auditions, he turned on the first note.
Yes,
We're
he
like,
did.
what is he doing? He's only
Yes.
listened to one note and he's already
Yes.
turned his chair.
Yes. And the chains that he gives out are for he back in the day it was called Death Row.
Yes.
And that was with Dr. Dre and who was with Dr. Dre? There was just a whole bunch of performers. NWA had members, and Dr. Dre was one of the members. And Snoop, if you ever saw Straight Outta Compton in the movie, Snoop comes in and Dr. Dre's playing with some beats, and Snoop just starts rhyming over it, and that's how he started. He now owns that company, and he goes out and he searches for talent. That's why he is so good, because this is what he does all day long now. He performs when he wants to, but most of the time he is looking for that next voice.
Well, that's an honor to get that necklace then.
Yes. Oh, it is. I mean, everybody can't have one of those necklaces. And that's what he gives as his gift. And Michael Bublé gives a Canadian jersey.
Jersey saying The Voice on it.
Yes, which I think is beautiful. I haven't seen.
What does Gwen? I don't know.
Gwen
what-
does a sweatsuit.
Oh, the whole suit with the
Yeah.
pants as
But see,
well.
last season, Reba did the tater
The tater
tot.
tots.
I haven't seen her do nothing this year.
Yeah, that's right. What has she been doing?
I haven't seen her do anything.
I don't know what she's doing this year.
However, it is, I like it. I like the ambiance. I like the fact that, so Gwen is, every time she tries to get someone, it's not working. So this person is singing. So Gwen walks down and she says, forget about all these other people. It's just you and I, one-on-one. And she goes, sing to me. And he starts singing, and she's like, woo! And she's dancing. She got him. And so Snoop was like, now that's education. He goes, she's showing us what the OG does to help these people to find what they're looking for. But I'm actually excited to see how Snoop continues.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because it seems hopeful. And this season, they've done something new because they're allowed to, if they didn't turn for that person, they could still...
They get one steal where they can go back and say...
Yeah, what is a name for that? But I forget the name of that steal. They can go back, and Reba did that.
Yeah, Reba did it because, you know, they're talking to this guy. I mean, I was surprised she didn't turn because he's country. He had a great voice. And then she's like, I don't know why I didn't turn. And she says, but you know, it doesn't really matter because this season I can do this. And she hit her button. So she got to take him. And I think each judge will be given that opportunity where if they want somebody, but they don't do it. Because sometimes I think they get caught up in the music and they think there's another chorus. And then the chairs start spinning.
Yeah, so they get one chance to do that.
One chance a season.
And actually, this season is starting off to be quite good. There's some pretty good singers.
Yes.
I have to say.
I mean, the first guy was like, I would have hit my button because his, oh my God, the tone, the pitch, the octaves, he was just perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it's going to be a good season.
Yes.
Yes. So, as always, we try and kind of hip you to what's going on. If you're out traveling and you're headed to Florida, be careful. We have a new hurricane. Her name is Helena, not Helen.
Helena, because it's got an E at the end.
Yes. And by Thursday, they're thinking it could be a Category 3. So there was a person that lives in Tallahassee, Florida, that said, as of right now, he's never seen weather like this in his entire life. The reason that we always try and do a little bit of weather for you all is to get you to understand this is not going to do better until we do better. We can't keep doing all the crazy things we're doing and expect the environment to just shift by itself. You know, people are all, we had regular Americans just walking on out in space. Was that essential? Is that warming the planet up because you're putting this more fumes into the ozone layer? Is it essential that we do that? Is there a way that we can schedule it so it's not all willy-nilly? I send up a rocket, you send up a rocket. Because the weather is consistently getting worse. And I really would like my granddaughter to be able to go outside and play without having to wear a gas mask. So think about what's going on and make sure that the people you vote and put in office realize that this is not just weather. This is way more serious.
There is something called global warming.
It really is. And if you happen to be, because it's going to hit Florida Thursday and then it's going to turn and come in. So then if you're in like North Carolina, Atlanta, you're going to get a lot of rain too. If you evacuate, take your babies with you. Do not leave your cats and dogs in the house thinking that they'll be okay and will come back. Because the storms have been so severe that the houses are just disappearing and the babies are just floating in the water. Luckily, a lot of the times the rescue people are able to save them. However, if they don't, you would feel horrible. So
yeah, because sometimes the animals, they get so scared that they hide and they camp out somewhere.
Yes.
So
because they don't know what to do.
That's a good tip about that. Yeah. Remember your pets.
Yeah, take your babies with you, even if they put them in the cage and take them with you. Oh, I can't believe it. We have completed another chat. We have so many things. You should see us before we start talking to you. We have so many things going on in the world, and we want to make sure we give you a little bit of everything, a little taste of everything. So, my name's Gloria Webb Williams. My company is Ancient Stones Nurturing Natural. I'm an all-natural mineral makeup manufacturer right here in Santa Clara, California. And my buddy is
Rosetta Chow. My business is Simply Health. I'm a certified health coach, educator, and speaker, and just love helping people with their health, prevention, and if you have any health issues. And I say your health matters.
Yes. And I tell you, in one of our upcoming chats, we're going to spend the whole time just picking her brain, because my girl will just be talking and little tidbits of brilliance just ooze out of her. And she says the most simplest things, because we both believe that you can have great health and it doesn't come from a prescription. And we're going to share what we know to try and help you to have a better quality of life.
Yeah.
So we thank you so much for watching to the end, so you heard our little message. We're so grateful that you participate with us each week. We feel the love and we send it back to you, bubbling over.
Yep, and I hope you enjoyed this chat today, because if you did, we want to remind you, please hit that thumb icon, subscribe to our channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and we are Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
And remember to always keep smiling. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.